The police are watching you. Here's what they found in my little child. If you believe in angels, start and watch this video. Angel describes this as a very important message for you. Today, do not disregard it. Pay attention to every word for you. Something stirs the spirit. Something better than what your hands or eyes can see. There are eyes that have seen what you have never written with your hands or ears. I have heard your name uttered in places you've never walked. Something is unfolding, is being discovered in realms above you. And behind closed doors, around you are being called to consciousness. Not by chance, but because this very the moment of tipping point. You must not wait. You gotta act. Now, there is something that has tied to your name. A secret document written on the wind. However, it has reached the brink. Revelation. It is not about blame, or it is about humiliation. Truth is what must come into light before it is sealed and fixed. Against you unfairly, the sound of paper turning and pens scraping across files of silence, murmurs passing across protocol rooms. They've spoken your, but not everyone who say it know your name. Truth, but someone has lifted their use your hand to write things down without understanding what their actions could set in motion. They assumed it would go. Ignored, they believed you would never know, but paradise understands you're not alone. Something that was submitted in quiet. Something is unraveling. Sacred, there are words, perhaps accusations, or perhaps shadows. Pretend to be light attached to your identity. They did not expect your name to echo upward into an inaccessible region. Silenced, although it, and now you're being cautioned not to terrify you, but to wake. This message is not for many people. This is for the one, for you're more than simply a name. Paper, you are not merely a voice in the you are noisy. You are chosen. Protected, but you must stay. Warning, the earth is shifting beneath you. Feet in ways you cannot yet understand. And those alterations are not, they are intended to shake you. Shake off what is not yours. They are intended to break the shackles. Others have attempted to bind your spirit. With the papers bearing your name, they were touched by unknown hands. Your narrative, but they were also interception by a power that you are not powerless. But time is, you can't stay motionless. You must increase the clarity of truth. And pray for your spirit to know. Something in your eyes is just beginning to. Someone traced your past, trying to find motivations for creating patterns. Trying to connect your name to something does not belong. But they overlooked the most. The most essential thing is your heart, your tears. Good night. They didn't know what you had. They didn't know how long you survived. Stayed awake, sobbing and pleading for clarity. Asking for peace and a way, and now, that appeal has been answered. This message represents the commencement of a turning tidal. This is not about. It is about fear. The type of light that penetrates through locked packages and unspoken conversations. The type of light extends inside offices via displays, into files and into those heads trying to grasp who you are. There is misunderstanding over your name, but clarity is coming. Justice is moving, not the justice of man, but of something higher, that knows no falsehoods, no deception, no uncertainty. You should not be passive. Now you must pray clearly. You need to speak with the truth. You must walk with wisdom, because your subsequent actions will shape more than your days. Shape your. You cannot walk blindly into your destiny. What is next? You cannot pretend this is not. Your name is being looked at. And when some look to condemn, something greater is staring at. Repair. A error is being rectified, only if you move when the Spirit says so. You only if you do not delay. There is a supernatural urgency. Something about your name has been entered wrongly, not only in data, meaning people think they know you, but they actually do. And what has been entered must be erased and rewritten before it roots, transforms into something. This is irreversible. Message is for you. Shouldn't try to reject it as you were led here by coincidence. Something inside you already understands why. There is a truth that must emerge now. There is a past that cannot be your prison. There must be a falsehood exposed before becoming accepted. They have written something about you. However, they did not write the truth. Heaven saw it, and heaven moved. Someone has seen your name more than once. They keep going back. It doesn't make sense. Something about it does not align with the image being. Their spirit is unsettled. They can't deny the notion that what people see is not the complete picture. Tale. That uneasiness isn't random. It is the hand of the Most High, whispered into hearts that still have the ability to be convicted. Do not avoid spiraling into panic. Worry. That is not why you receive. This is not a message intended to make you run. Is a message to make you. There is favor upon you. There is protection circling. But the truth must be told aloud. Your name is not supposed to be hidden in the shadows. Your name is intended to be recovered. In light of truth you have withstood. You've survived more than most. Now that the season has arrived, your restoration to begin. This will not be easy, but it be worth it. You might be misinterpreted for a while longer. You may be questioned. You could feel the weight of misunderstanding pushing down on you, but don't let that stop you. Breath. Don't let it stop you. Faith. Someone is being sent into you very quickly, who will assist you clarify what was twisted. Someone will come forward with information that will help you prove what is. Yes, there are digital documents. There are records. Whispers. However, none of them carry the final word, because the truth is being. Your name will be revealed, cleared, but it will take action. Do not sit. Return. Do not wait for the storm to pass. Walk in with the knowledge that you are not alone. You're being held by something. File can contain. You are being shielded. No signature can cancel. Allow your spirit to hear this. Not over. You are not forgotten. You are not defeated. The same God who safeguarded you in childhood when you didn't even know words to pray are still watching you. Now the same Spirit murmured over your tears in the quietest night, still hanging over your life. You are not without. You are not without. I hope you listen carefully. Someone near you suspects. This someone who feels something is off, though they have not spoken it. They're hesitant to bring it. They are trying to piece things together. Together, they will soon discover the courage to speak when they do listen. There's a key in what say it will unlock something. Buried it will direct you to what must be done. Next, you may need to return to a place you thought was done. You might need to open a letter. You may need to say the truth. You kept it buried because it was too heavy to carry, but now is the time. The clock is ticking and your clarity is near. Your strength is returning. Your mind is rejuvenated. There is a purpose to this. Now is the time to rise, not in rebellion or fear, but in divine boldness. This is yours. This is your name. You must stand up for the truth, because nobody else can tell your tale in the same manner. There may be forces moving within you, but you have to show up for yourself. Now you must trust that this season will not break you. It will define you. Someone created someone has submitted something with but they neglected one thing. Your name belongs to somebody who is protected. I like someone who is not. Finally, let them watch and let them inquire. Let them try. Grasp what they will see, and in the end, a person stood tall in the storm, an individual who did not fall separate, a person who did not hidden. This message was meant to find. You are to awaken, you to remind. Do not delay. Do not sit still. There is something sacred waiting to be revealed, and you must take the next step is to find you are closer than you believe. You are stronger than them. Know that your tale is not over. Open your heart, lift your voice. Trust the whisper that said this. This message was for there are moments when time stops. When the sky gets quiet, and the spirit perceives something louder than thunder, but gentler than a whisper. This is one of them. Moments this message found you, not by mistake, not by accident, but by divine alignment. There is something written in the air. There is something moving about you. The silence in your room is something that heart has been yearning to hear, even though your lips have never spoken it aloud. Someone is observing you. Those with badges, not only those titles but the heavens. More than that, your name has been. Your name was discovered, written in areas you didn't place. Something you thought was buried has been uncovered, but do not tremble. This is not for your ruin. Awakening. This is not meant to bring you humiliation. It aims to bring you truth, because shadows have I tried to cover your footsteps with the light. Has discovered a method to track where and now it's time to act. Now is the time to understand. In the corridors of quiet meetings, in the hum of servers, locations where files rest till there. When I awoke, your name popped up. Not once, but several times. There was a vibration in the spirit, because heaven knows you've been wrongly. You've been discussed in many ways. That does not represent your heart and the one who knows yours intentions. The person who saw you while I cried behind that locked door. Who whispered comfort when no one else even observed your pain. He's the same one who is letting this be known. Now you are not forgotten. You are not lost in system. You are not buried beneath theirs. I've called you by a name that they do not know, that I have written your truth in a book they cannot edit. I have covered you in grace, and they cannot deny. Yes, I let your name come up. Because it's time to reverse falsehoods, it is time to let truth walk in. The room act now, do not. Wait, this is not a message from fear, is a message of clarity. There is something they believe they found. However, what they actually discovered was part of your call, what they thought was evidence. It is actually prophecy, what they mistook for failure actually favor and concealed because you were weeping. You planted seeds when they turned away from you, remained honest. And the truth has perfume it lingers and glides into the rooms you've never, it touches folks you've never met. And it leaves a trace on everything mechanism that attempts to label you. Incorrectly they opened something under despite your name, what they opened was not, it was a door. The divine, what you need to know right now is that this is your window. Not with fear, not with running, but with standing, with believing and saying no more lies or no more shame, no more hiding. My truth is enough of my narrative, my walk is sacred. You have been delayed, not you have been concealed and refused. You have been tested and rejected. The testing was removed. Required since what is about to happen. The next stage in your life will demand a level. Having strength that does not stem from comfort derives from refinement. You've been through the fire, you've traveled through nights that felt limitless, and you questioned whether, you kept wondering if you would ever feel normal again. Going that matters, murmurs behind closed doors. The fingers pointing when you weren't in the room. The suspicions and investigations were loud, but they weren't. Heaven gets the final. The word, not files, not people, are not systems, and heaven says enough. There is something sacrosanct about you are carrying something that cannot be fake, cannot be recreated. That's why this moment is so important. What was discovered was not an error, it was an invitation. An invitation to rise and reclaim. Remember who you are. You are not what they labeled. You are not what they assumed you are. More, breathe and hear this again. Now is the time to act, not out of terror but with power. Comes not from fear, but from faith. Not with concern, but with wisdom, because you have been picked. Yes, even now, even after everything, especially afterwards, everything, you've been selected for clarity, for elevation and protection, for redemption, and everything that attempted to your name is now facing the. Your name has been reclaimed. In heaven there was a shift occurred softly, yet it was powerful. Something was reversed in favor. What was previously building up pressure against you is currently breaking out. Blessings to you. What once felt like surveillance is now changing into salvation, because they were God watched over you. You and no scheme made against you will survive in God's light. Truth, someone attempted to trace your steps, to reveal you, but they eventually traced your steps to break through. They sought to obtain information about your past, but the only thing they discovered was that you are still standing still, breathing while walking. Honor, you did not cheat. Lying, you were true even when it cost. You and the truth will speak. For now, the skies are opening. What was once hidden is now being shown in the now. The folks who sat passively while your name has been exploited, agitated, they feel the pressure of conviction, and one by one, the storylines are you have been prayed for more. More than you realize. Someone you didn't even know was praying for your protection. An elder, a stranger, a soul. I crossed paths with you once, but never forget your spirit. Their prayers reached the sky. And the answer is being released. Now it comes in the form of the truth, comes in the shape of reversal, it comes in the shape of a favor. Overrides falsehood, there is something rising your name. Now a new chapter, unaffected by prior records, a new page, clean and full of potential. It has your name on it, yet it's a name with a different weight now. It is a name uttered with honor, with reverence, with awe, because people are beginning to see. Heaven already knew you were never what they stated. You have always been marked, for they didn't notice your quietness. It was not weakness, but wisdom. They didn't grasp your calmness. It was not fear. Faith, and that stillness has now become strength. That waiting has now become winning. You are not who they thought you were. Where you are, it's time to take action. Away from truth, yet into it. Rather than defending yourself, announce who you truly are. Standing in your light, speak only what is true. Walk only where there is peace, and everything that attempts to pull. If you go back to the old story, you will lose. It's you possess divine power. You possess spiritual immunity. You were preserved for a moment. Like in now that your name is echoing in rooms of authority, it will also begin to echo in rooms of influence. Doors will open, not because of your title, but because of true favor will find you, not because of your followers, but because of faithfulness. People will begin to stare at you differently, not because you changed, because they finally see clearly. Now is a period of reclaiming your peace, reclaim your purpose, reclaim the joy that was stolen when you were falsely accused. Reclaim the evenings of sleep were interrupted by worry. Restore the clarity that was blurred by chaos. Your time is now. You are not running. You are hiding and not explaining yourself. To those who do not deserve to hear your truth, you are standing. Proclaiming, you move with heaven's beat. No earthly record can halt what's written in your spirit, so let them look, let them check, let them search, because whatever they find will only confirm what heaven has already determined. You are covered, you have been chosen. You are clean, and in the end those who tried, you'll have to keep an eye on your label. Name is raised. Those who questioned your integrity will be the ones to witness your honor. Those who prepared for your fall will witness your rise. This is your message, this is your act now, not in hurry, but in confidence, not in fear, but in you are faithful. Ready, heaven has gone before, the truth is on you. The blessing is already there. Watch what happens. Next, the page is turning, the story is moving, and your name is being rewritten in the heavens. Have glory. The earth will respond, your truth will not be refused, and it all begins now. God bless you.